Presley. Bud, can you go just see what Presley needs? Don't yell at her, because I'm doing a podcast.
No, Dad.
Thank you. Whew. Guys. All right, guys. Jeez. Crazy. I just got out of the shower. Kaylee's working. So, I didn't get a chance. I mean, I just got home. I got my daughter. I have my son, the dogs. And they're upstairs. We're just going to start this podcast. We're going to get it started, dude. We're just going to roll. It is what it is. Thank you so much for joining my podcast, Spazzing Out. I appreciate it. You can typically hear my podcast live on Facebook and sometimes TikTok when I don't get booted off of TikTok. Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday nights at 6:30. Some of the time, I can't prepare for the show because I'm working end to end or I'm being a dad. Right now, I'm trying to be a dad. And I had to work. I left my house this morning at 5 a.m. I just got home at 6:15, hopped in the shower. My daughter's upstairs screaming. My son's upstairs screaming. The dogs are up there barking. They're hungry. They want to eat. They want to be fed. And I'm like, I have to go do my podcast, to which I haven't even got an opportunity. I haven't even got an opportunity to do any research for my show so that I can have a successful podcast. I'm beat, dude. Honestly, I'm frustrated. I'm straight up frustrated right now. 150%, I'm frustrated. I would like to have a good podcast. I would like to spend my time creating content, but I'm loading trucks all day. And then when I get done loading trucks, I get home late, had a late job in Weston, Massachusetts. It didn't get done until about 4:30. Then I had to pick my daughter up from daycare. Then I had to fly home. She's screaming the whole time she wants something to eat. I basically gave her an Oreo cookie. I was like, here's an Oreo. Eat an Oreo cookie. I'm going to be gone for another hour. And then after the podcast is over today, I got to drive my son home. My son lives an hour away. He lives all the way down in Rhode Island. It's on the Rhode Island border in Rehoboth, Mass. But they're both up my butt. Kaylee's working, which is fine. You know, she's got to work. I totally get it, man. But I'm trying. Honestly, how am I to have a podcast that I'm going to do 5 nights a week, which I'll do it, but what's the point of doing something that sucks? It's not going to be good. I'm frustrated. I'm not quitting, so don't take it like that. I'm just venting. I'm not going anywhere, man. You're going to get me 5 nights a week at 6:30. Like I Sunday through Thursday. I'm going to be here, but I'm just damn frustrated because I want to have a good program. I wanted to spend some time today and look up stuff to talk about on Cam Newton because I have my opinion. The Pats signed Cam Newton. I want to talk about it, but I'd like to take a look at a few things, man. I'm sucking it up. I want to take a look at a few things so that I can have a better educated opinion on it. Plus, I wanted to see what else was going on in the world. Not to mention that I got a huge, let's see if you can see it. Look at that thing. I have a huge sore inside of my upper lip. I don't chew tobacco or anything like that, so it's not from that. I don't know what the hell it's from. It's massive. It's painful. Every time I eat something, it bugs the hell out of me. I talk, it bugs the hell out of me. All day long. Look at it. Look. Look at that thing. Kills. It absolutely, it's not herpes, bro. It kills. And I gotta put like, you know, what do you call that? That I don't know what the hell the shit. Oragel on it. Works for like 2 seconds, man. And it numbs your tongue, so it sucks. So yeah. Take Junk was busy today, which I guess is good. But all I can think about nowadays is creating content. I gotta tell you something. This is the first time in God knows how long I didn't even make a TikTok video today. It's the first time, and I can't even remember. I hadn't had an opportunity to even make a TikTok video. Not that it matters because I got bounced off of TikTok for a few days. I'm going to do the salt and water mouth rinse to get that thing happen, to get rid of that thing. But I'm just, dude, I'm frustrated. I just want to be like, you know? But I'm going to stay the course. It is what it is. No reason to get all bent out of shape. I just want to have a good program and a compelling podcast for people to listen to. But spilt milk just gets in the way all the time. All the time. And it's like the littlest shit. Honestly. It's like the littlest shit. Like people want to have a lunch. They want to stop for lunch. And it's like, oh yeah, it's going to take like 5 minutes. Dude, nothing takes 5 minutes. You go into the store. You fight around the store for a half hour. You eat. Bro, that half hour, that if we didn't go to lunch for that half hour, I would have been home a half hour earlier, and I would have been able to do, 1, I'd be able to feed my kids. 2, I would have been able to walk the dogs. 3, I could do a little research for my podcast. But no, people need to eat. God forbid you bring your fucking lunch to work. Motherfuckers got to eat. They need to eat. This is what I eat. This is what I've eaten so far today. I had a banana for breakfast. I had an apple for lunch. And that's it. I currently haven't eaten anything yet because I got home and I'm sitting here with you guys. It's a time suck. That's my problem. And what you do is you time suck everybody else. Dude, I'm just sick of people time sucking me. Don't time suck me. Bro, you want to work with me? There's no lunch. We don't stop. I don't stop. I'd rather get home early than eat lunch. I'd rather get home so I can pick up my kids at a decent hour so I can do my podcast and I can have an awesome, educated podcast. That's all I want to do. What's the big deal with that? No, then I have to come home and do my podcast and bitch and moan about why I can't do my podcast and have a good podcast and have an educated opinion on stuff because other people feel the need to time suck me. If you want to time suck me, dude, drive your own ass car. I don't want to be time sucked. I want to go. I want to pick up trash. I want to go to the dump. Pick up trash, 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 go to the dump. And then I want to come home. That's it. I don't want to stop, fight around some store for an hour so that you guys can get fucking steak tips, bro. I want, boom. I bring my lunch. I bring an apple. I bring a water. Everything, all the amenities that I need in a single day, I have them in the truck. I don't need to stop. The only time I need to stop is to fuel the truck. And that's the only opportunity you should have to go and get something. If you want something, when I pull over to get gas, that's it. That's your chance. Get it now, get it in, because you're not time sucking me a half hour, 45 minutes, because at the end of the day, I'm not home. I'm late 45 minutes. And then I start my podcast late. I take a bird bath shower. I'm aggravated, and I got nothing ready, and I'm not covered, and I'm not up to the task. Although I am up to the task, as always, because I'm here, and I'm doing it, and I will continue to do it. I think you guys know what I'm talking about. The people that you work with that suck your time, it drives me absolutely bonkers. And I like the guys I work with. I like Laugh. I love Sean. Good, both hard workers. But these dudes want to eat. Dude, they want to eat. They want to eat. Bro, I'm working. You want to eat? You want to eat in the middle of work. I've never understood how anybody could stop and eat a meal, a big-ass meal, while you're working. We're loading tons, not just pounds, tons, 2,000 plus pounds onto a truck, and dudes want to stop and they want to eat. They need a break. They're tired for the day. They need to eat. And then what happens is at the end of the day, we're late 45 minutes. I get back 45 minutes late, but if we didn't take the break, which I don't take, even while they're eating, I don't even take it. Bro, I got my apple and I got my water, and I sit there fuming. I'm like, man, these dudes are in here. They're in the store, fighting around, looking for something to eat, trying to make a decision. They can't even make a decision on what they want. They're like, oh, what do I want? And then you sit in the lines that take 5 hours because you can only have one. First, you can't even go in the store. Then you get in the store. And then when you get in the store, you can't get what you want because you can't go down the aisle because there's somebody else down the aisle. 30 minutes later, they get their food, and it's like, dude, I could have been to the dump and back. So all day long, I try to plan my day out around the podcast. I try to plan my day out perfectly so that I can be home with enough time to do research for my podcast. And when other people time suck me, it messes it up. And I think lunch is a time suck. Honestly, people who eat lunch, you don't work. You don't need lunch, bro. Lunch is just a reason to show up home late. Like, lunch just F's up the whole day. It really does. It just does. I can't. Bro, we're working. You can't go 8 hours without eating? Well, then bring a snack. I bring an apple. That literally, banana for breakfast, apple for lunch, and then if we stop, because I need fuel for the truck, then you get to go into the, and bro, the gas stations have good food nowadays. You go into the gas station, boom, while I'm fueling up the truck, your ass should be back outside with whatever you want. You eat in the truck, time suck, done. Drives me absolutely bonkers. Don't work with me if you're going to slow me down. Don't work with me if you want to eat. If you need to stop and eat, don't work with me. I can't stand it. Don't work with me. Bye. See you later. I'm not about that. I'm about, let's get to work, let's work our asses off, and let's get home as soon as possible. Plain and simple. Soon as possible. We're working. We're going to bang out the friggin' entire day, and then we're going to go home. When you get home, you can eat, you can sleep, you can jerk off, you can do whatever you want at home, but don't time suck me. Now, if I'm not working with you, bro, you do whatever you want. You want to take your sweet ass time, and the job has to get done. There is no pushing the job off to the next day. The day it gets booked, it needs to get done that day, and I can slowly, literally, so it's the same thing in the morning, right? They time suck you in the morning. I'm like, all right, 7:30 start. I don't even want to start at 7:30. Bro, I'm up and out of my house at 5:15. I'm already at the office, at the truck, either dumping the truck, looking at the truck, checking the oil, making sure there's no nails in the tire, making sure everything's set up. I'm ready to go. I'm sitting there, it's like 7 o'clock, and I'm chomping at the bit. I'm like, yeah, let's go. And I'm like, 7:30, dude, show up at 7:45, 7:50. So now they already time sucked me 20 minutes when I should have been at the first job, already banging out the first job, on my way to the dump, fueling up, getting some gas, and that's your opportunity. Gas time is your opportunity to get your food, to get what you need so that you can have it in the truck. And, bro, I spend like an hour in the truck sometimes. You got plenty of time to eat in the truck. Bring your food. I ain't making any special stops. There's no special stops. I want to get home. I hate that now. I hated it when I was a kid. I hated it my entire life. In school, I hated lunch in school. I'm like, bro, why do we even have lunch? Can't we just, like, get school done with? Forget about recess. You have 2 recesses. Bounce the recesses. Bounce lunch. Let's get there at 7:30. Boom, let's get done by noon. We work straight through. Whoop! Go home. Plain and simple. I hated it in school. I hated it in college. I set myself up so there were no breaks. No breaks. I want to be done with the day. When the day's over, then I'll take a break. I just want to get in and I want to get out. Everybody else, this is the working class man that pretends like he's working. Rolls in, say it's a 7:30 start, rolls in sometime around 8 o'clock. Farts around for about an hour and a half talking to his boys. That's boom, first break hits, 15-minute break. After that, you roll around for about another hour and a half. Boom, lunch break. Lunch break's supposed to be what? Half hour, something like that. Hour and a half later, get back to work, fart around, leave work. Do nothing, get nothing done, bitch and moan that you got nothing done because you spent your whole day talking to people and eating instead of getting work, instead of accomplishing something. Drives me bonkers. I want to get as much as I possibly can done in a single day. Do you know why? Because there are only 2 days when you can't do something. There are 2 days. 2 times. 2 days you can't do something. Yesterday and tomorrow. You can't do shit yesterday because yesterday is gone, and you can't do crap tomorrow because tomorrow hasn't happened yet. So you get it done today, and you want to eat, bro? Bring your lunch, eat in the truck, or don't eat. And can you see how that time? Do you understand why I'm upset about it? Can everybody? I know you can relate with me. If you're a working class guy like myself, you can relate with me about the amount of time that gets sucked from you by other people. Lunch is one of them. And I don't even care about the pay. It's not about the paying them for the hour. I don't care, man. If I'm not working with you, bro, and you want to take a lunch break, I don't care. Go ahead, take your lunch break. But if I'm with you, if I'm in the truck and I'm with you, lunch is off. There is no lunch. There is, let's get done early. Let's get it done. Let's bang it out. Not to mention that when you eat, it just slows you down. It's like you got a brick in your belly. And I see some dudes eating, like they eat. Their lunch is like a 5-course meal. And I'm like, I got an apple. And I eat it in the truck. You know, right? Brad, listen, Brad's saying he works 14-hour days. I do too, man. I do too. But in my 14-hour day, there is no break for me. I'm not trying to take a break. I bring all my stuff with me. My break is while I'm in transit from one job to the next. I'll give you an example of what my day looked like today. In transit. So, where did we start the day, man? I can't even remember where I started my day. When I started my day, it was a job. Newton. So I started my day in Newton, okay? I get to work. I do whatever I do, but let's say the day starts at 7:30. From 7:30 to Newton, bro, that's a half-hour ride. I got nothing going on. I load the truck up. Then I got to ride to the dump. And the dump just happened to be the one we're going to is in North Andover. 45-minute ride. There's my 45-minute break. From North Andover, Medford, from Medford to Woburn, and then to the dump, another 35-minute break to the dump. And then from the dump all the way to Weston, that's another 45-minute hangout. Then you load up the truck, and then you got another 45-minute ride home. Bro, I'm breaking the whole day. My whole day is a break. Drives me nuts. Absolutely insane. So, all right, so Brad says I'm constantly breaking. Listen, if there are days that I'm not, for example, my company, we do demo and we have house cleanouts where I work end to end. Legitimately. So I have a demo coming up, right? I will get to the demo. I'll get there at 7, and bro, I'll work 7 to 7, and I won't take a break. Period. And if you don't believe me, you go ask my guys, and they'll be like, this dude doesn't stop. You ask my guys, they'll say, Anthony Pazziali doesn't freaking stop. The guy works from end to end. Ask any of my employers. You call Hillman, you call that dude up, you say, hey, who's the hottest worker that ever worked for you? I bet you he'll say me. I'll put good money on it that he will say, nobody worked harder than Anthony Pazziali. Boom, no breaks, end to end. I want to get it done so that I can go home and I can relax. And I'm still working now, end to end. Messed it up my whole day. So here we are with nothing to talk about on the podcast except for lazy fucks that need a lunch break. What do you need a lunch break for? What is it? What do you even do? You just hang out. Wouldn't you want to go home? Here's how I would like my day to look. I would like to start work at like 5:30, and I'd like to be done by like 1. That would be phenomenal. And then I could start my side hustle. So I could do my real job from 5:30 to 1:30. Then my side hustle, which is my podcast right now, creating content is my side hustle. So I'd like to work on that. But no, I have to work on Take Junk primarily, and people who want to take 45-minute lunch breaks that send you home 45 minutes late. Do it when it's your shift. If it's you and someone else, go for the 45-minute break, dude. I don't care when you get home. Get the work done. All right. The whole reason we were talking about this is because, again, 2 days in a row, I haven't had an opportunity to properly prep for the show and to get information and to find things to talk about. And the reason is because people time suck me. I hate being time sucked. Don't time suck me. Here are things that I don't do. I don't do estimates, okay? I don't do estimates. I don't go out and do quotes with my business because it's a time suck. I'll give you an example. A buddy of mine, or he's not even a buddy of mine. I graduated with the kid. He hit me up on Facebook the other day for a job in Billerica, and he said, "Hey, will you come to Billerica and give me a quote?" I said, "I don't do that. It is what it is." He's like, "Well, let me send you some photos." He sent me some photos, and I sent them back. I go, "Oh, I can't really tell from the photos, but what I can tell you is that it's $675 a truckload. So if you fill up my truck, it's $675, 1 ton limit." Well, how many truckloads do you have? I don't know how many truckloads you have, bro. When I'm done loading it, you'll know. There's the price. The price. It doesn't change. You buy 10 cans of I don't know, Manwich. You buy Manwich, 10 cans of it. The price is the price, unless there's a sale on Manwich. You don't go up there and say, "Oh, how much you think it's going to be for 10 cans?" Well, I don't know. They're $1 a piece. It's $10. You figure it out. And I got the job. I still got the job. You don't have to go and waste. Like, dude, it would have been a waste of my time. I would have went out there, take me, let's say I live in, I was in Woburn at the time, half hour get to Billerica, half hour there, half hour back, hour and a half. Get out of here, bro. Get dusted. You're not time sucking me. People, you can't have my time. You cannot have my time. Yeah, bro, you're getting absolutely ripped off at 150%. I already told you that, though. Someone on my, for those of you who don't know, I'm doing a live feed on Facebook, and my buddy on here, Ryan, R&R Landscape Management out of Clinton, Massachusetts, he also has dumpsters, and he rents out dumpsters, and currently you can get his dumpster for super cheap. I'm not going to tell you the price because I think he needs to go up on the price. It's ridiculous what he's charging. You got to make money, bro. So that's what I do in my business, and that's what I do in my life. You can't time suck me, and I'll let you know if you're time sucking me. We've talked about it a million times. Favors, if it's 10 minutes or less, you got it. If it's more than 10 minutes, I'm not doing for you. You can't time suck me. You want an estimate? I'm not doing an estimate. Same thing with like a demo, bro. I can tell you how much a demo is going to be. I do it by the square foot. Plain and simple. I don't need to be there. I'll ask you questions. What kind of bathroom you got? What do you got? Is it drywall? Is it lats? No, it's lats. Cool. Is it wire mesh under there? Oh yeah, it's wire mesh. How about your floor? Is it concrete floor? Oh, you got concrete floor? Okay, great. I know how long it's gonna take. I don't have to go. I'll give you an idea, ballpark number, bro. And if you don't like it, fuck off. Don't use my business. I don't care. I don't need your business. I don't want it. And I'm not even trying to be a cocky dick about it. I don't care. Big deal. Don't use me. So what? Go ahead. I'm not the cheapest. You're going to get what you get. But everybody that I do business for seems to be pretty happy because I do a good job for them. Just like the lady, I did this job in Weston. The lady called me up and said, "Oh, you were recommended by Bruce Mittman, who used to be my boss at WAF." And she said, "Yeah." She goes, "So what do? You come out, you tell me how much stuff." I said, "Ma'am, this is what we do. It's $675 a truckload. We load the trucks up, and at the end of the job, you pay for as many truckloads as we take out." Anthony, I think that's fantastic. Oh, great. We'll see you then. Okay. No time suck. Don't let people, I guess the moral of the story is, your time is valuable. Do not let people time suck you. The only person that gets to choose who gets to get, dude, my daughter can time suck, okay? And if someone says she can suck something else, I will beat the fuck out of you. She's too young. People can time suck. My kids can time suck me. I'll spend time with my kids, wasting time all day long. That's fine. I love my kids. They mean everything to me. I will spend all the time I want with them, but it's my choice. I decide who gets to time suck me, and I don't like being time sucked. I like to be good at stuff. I want my podcast to be awesome, and I want it to be the best, and it's tough to be the best when people steal your time. I wish I had more time to work on it, and I thought about it, and I was like, all right, maybe I'll start the podcast at 7, and that'll give me an extra half hour, but I'm not doing that because that's a time suck for me. Then I don't get done until 8 o'clock. I want to be done at 7:30. I don't want to be time sucked. I'd like to enjoy myself at some point today. So I set the time, and it is what it is, and here we are. Both my kids are down here now. Guys, why don't you come say hi?
Okay.
Nariam Joseph Pazziali and Presley Ray Pazziali are both down here.
Say hi,
So, here's my daughter.
Hello.
Say hi, Presley. Are you going to say hi? You have to say hi so the podcast can hear you.
Hi.
Okay, thanks. This is my son, Nariam Joseph Pazziali.
Hello.
Here, let me give you guys an example of how I try to build my kids up. Nariam, I love you.
Love you too. Bye.
What is more important?
That I love myself and that you love yourself. And
That's
that
right.
Lucy loves herself.
That's right, buddy. It's way more important because Dad's not always going to be here, and when I'm not here, you're going to need to love yourself and care about yourself. All right. Bye. Beat it. Go love yourself somewhere else. Oh, my man. I do love this guy. All right. Get out of here. All right. Moving on from that stuff. Yeah, No Joe is a chick maggot, dude. Q. All right, bro. Get out of here.
Shut up.
All right. Let's do a couple. Let's talk about Cam Newton. We'll actually get something done on this podcast. And we'll talk about Cam Newton. Everybody already knows, I know you guys know, that the Patriots have signed Cam Newton to a 1-year deal, which is basically he signed for the veteran minimum, $1 million, but he can make up to $7 million. Couple of things are happening. First off, let me give you my opinion on the Patriots signing Cam Newton. Brad, I'll kill you. But let me give you my thoughts on the signing. I love it, and I love it for the price. This is perfect Bill Belichick, perfect Patriots style move. They get a guy for league minimum for a veteran, an MVP caliber quarterback that hopefully can get back to where he was in 2018. In the beginning of the season, he was 6-2. Then he got hurt, and then after that, he hasn't really played well since. Hopefully, they can get him back, but if they don't, it's not a big deal. It's short dough. Really, it's not that, dude. $1 million when it comes to football numbers is nothing. Now, I feel two ways about this. The Patriots have always brought in veterans. Like, for example, they brought in Ocho Cinco and he sucked and he never played. So there is a chance that this is just a depth move. The Patriots might have already made a decision that they're going with Jarrett Stidham. Now, in my opinion, there's no fucking way in hell Stidham could out-talent Cam Newton. At least from what we've seen so far. We know that Cam Newton is a good quarterback. He's played at that high level for a long time. And if he's not hurt, and with the Patriots he won't get hurt, the Pats, for some reason, like Tom Brady, the Patriots, the refs, maybe it's just because it was Tom Brady, but if you hit a Patriots quarterback, the flags come out fast and quick. So I would think that Cam Newton isn't going to get hit as much as he used to when he was on the Panthers. Second thing, now you have Belichick and Josh McDaniels, two of the best coaches mind-wise that get to work this guy up, and they're going to play to his talent. I honestly think the Patriots are going to win the division now. My mind went completely in the other way. I thought Jarrett Stidham was going to be fine. But without a doubt, here's the thought. Without a doubt, Cam Newton is going to be the starting quarterback. Barring some injury during the preseason, he is your starting quarterback. I still think that the Patriots have faith in Jarrett Stidham. Give him that one more year to get better. Or if Cam Newton is not working out, it's no big deal. We just start Stidham because that's what we were going to do anyways. I think it's going to be great. It changes the dynamic of the Patriots. Now they have a mobile quarterback. So now you don't know what's going to go on. Now they have a decent running game. They upgraded at the tight end position. We already all know that. Edelman seems to be pretty healthy. Hopefully our wide receivers can stay healthy and have, the rookies last year are better this year. And a quarterback that could throw a bomb. I mean, he's got an arm. And then a quarterback that can also dink and dunk or can extend the play by scrambling and moving, and they can actually run plays. I mean, dude, they can run the option if they wanted to with this guy. Not that they want to because they want him to stay healthy. They may force him to be a pocket quarterback. The turnoffs. I think it's going to be very difficult for Cam Newton to stay off of the social media in the way that Bill Belichick would like. Belichick doesn't want anything getting out. We know this. It's going to be tough. They had a problem doing that with Antonio Brown. Brown got bounced real quick because he was opening his big fat yap on social media talking trash about Robert Kraft. I'm not saying that Cam Newton's going to talk trash. I'm just saying it's going to be tough to tell a guy that's been in the league for almost 10 years, or maybe it has been 10 years. For 10 years, that you can't be on social media, especially nowadays, because social media is everything. It's how these guys brand themselves. It's how Tom Brady brands himself. These guys need social media. They need their followers. They make money off of it. So it's going to be tough to tell him he can't do it. But it's something he might have had to agree to already. So Cam Newton's going to be a starter. The Patriots are already better because of it. I think he will play perfectly for Bill Belichick. Cam Newton has something to prove. He wants to get a big contract with somebody else. And on the upside here is if he has a great season, then the Patriots could franchise tag him and trade him, get a first round pick, or if he bounces at the end of the season and plays really well, they're going to get a third round pick back, the one that they already got taxed for. So I think it's phenomenal. Pats all the way, baby. I'd love to see a Pats Bucks Super Bowl. Could you imagine? Great signing. It's a win. It's not a bad thing. If it doesn't work out, it's not a big deal. We only lose $1 million. If it works out, well then great. We want to pay him the $7 million. The Patriots want to be like, yeah, bro, we're going to give you $8 million. Flip side here, other players, especially, namely Richard Sherman, are speaking out and they're pissed with the Patriot way, as always. The haters are upset. They believe it's disgusting that Cam Newton would play for a $1 million salary. They're upset that an MVP caliber quarterback should be commanding $5 to $10 million regardless of his last year's performance. Sorry, guys. If you guys want to be owners of a team, you can retire. You can pony up $1 billion. You can buy a team, and then you can decide what the players should get paid. Secondly, all 32 teams took a pass on Cam Newton. There were a lot of teams that needed quarterbacks. I mean, his own team went with Teddy Bridgewater. His own team, they decided to hire Teddy Bridgewater instead of going with him. And then there were other teams that went with different backup quarterbacks instead of him. He got overlooked by all of the other teams, had nowhere to go. The only place he had to go, and the only team that would give him a shot at the price that they want. That's what I love about the Patriots. At the price that they want, $1 million. And if you prove yourself, great. You make up to $8 million. It's like 7.5. Fantastic. And if you don't prove yourself, we don't care. We'll go with Stidham. I think this is a win-win. I think he's going to be great, though. I have to make a deafening opinion on it. Cam Newton will be your starter. Cam Newton, Patriots will win at least 11 games this year. I'm calling it. They will go at least 11-5. At worst, you know what? Let's be realistic. At worst, they will be 10-6. Pats make the playoffs, no problem, especially since they have the new playoff thing, but they're going to win the division. And I think they have a pretty good chance of making the AFC Championship now. There, you've heard it. Their defense is going to be bomb, and now their offense is going to be solid. I am not on TikTok tonight. Nope, that's why I all the F-bombs. No TikTok. As far as him making short money, you got to prove yourself. That's just something you have to do in life, and you're going to have to do it time and time again. You can't just live on the fact that, back in 2015 you were an MVP. Well, lately you're not an MVP. In 2018, you had a good start. You went 6-2, and then from there on out you sucked, and your own team bounced you. So now you have to prove yourself again, and I think he's ready. We've seen him working out in the videos. I think he's going to be great. I think the Pats are going to do really well. This is just phenomenal. I was, although, looking forward to seeing Stidham because I wanted to see if it was Belichick or not. Now, I mean, we're still going to find out. If Belichick can go deep into the playoffs with Cam Newton, then I think we can all agree that any quarterback would do well with Bill Belichick. But we're going to have to wait and see. I just think it's great. I love it. All the Patriot haters that are pissed that we got Cam Newton for $1 million, we're laughing in your face. You guys all could have got him too. But you didn't. You stuck with your quarterback. Now we have a good quarterback that's going to be good for us. Thank you. Go Pats. All the way into the playoffs. I love it. All right, let's move off. 9-7, bro. You're nuts. Get out of here. 9-7. Pats are going to do great. 10-6 at worst. 10-6. They're going to do... All right, a couple other things that we need to talk about, and then I got to bounce because I got to take my son home. My brother Mike texted me. I'll mock it. You mock me. 10-6 or better. You mock me. You missing out meeting, bro. I don't know what that means. All right. My brother Mike sent me a story about a real estate firm in Texas that is making a move. Yeah, $25 bet. No, I don't bet, bro. We have to come up with something else. I don't bet cash. Think of something else. What would be a good bet? Pizza, cheese pizza. I win. I send you. You win. You send me a cheese pizza. I win. I send you a cheese pizza. Except I'll send you Papagenos. If you win, and if I win. No, wait. It's gotta be the other way around, huh? I want a fucking Papagenos pizza if I win. What kind of pizza do you want? Oh, wait. Oh, I'm glad that Jerome just brought this up. Let's get back to Cam Newton. I read a story that there's a rumor that the reason that the Patriots took Cam Newton for the $1 million is because so they wouldn't be forced to have to take Kaepernick. I was reading the story this morning while I was waiting for the guys to get to work, and I got to find it. But the story I was reading on Reddit, which, you know, there's a bunch of nothing but rumors on Reddit, so it's probably fake news. But that behind the scenes, the Patriots were getting pressured to take Cam Newton, but to take Kaepernick, and they didn't want to. And the way to get around it was that they would take Cam Newton instead because he's a better because maybe he's a better quarterback. But it gets them out. Someone's gonna have to take Kaepernick, right? The NFL seems to be forcing teams to meet with Colin Kaepernick, to have Colin Kaepernick come and try out for them, and the Patriots just nipped that in the bud by getting Cam Newton. And that's what this person is saying, that they have inside information that basically allege. I gotta find the story. It's on Reddit, so it could be made up. So please don't quote me. It could be made up. But I could see that being the scenario. I could see it like Belichick and Robert Kraft being like, we're so sick and tired of the NFL trying to pressure us to take Kaepernick. Let's just take Cam Newton for short dough. He comes on our team. Now they can't say crap. We said, boom, we got our African-American quarterback. Boom, he's clearly better, a better available quarterback than Kaepernick, who hasn't played in God knows how long. Right, well, that's what I'm saying. We don't need the distraction, which is why they went and got Cam Newton, so now the distraction's gone. There is no distraction. We have Cam Newton. Anyways, Brad, what are we going to do here? Are we doing cheese pizza bet? Is that the deal? All right, you're going to message me offline with the bet and the ideas. Okay, perfect. All right, moving on from that. So my brother Mike sent me this article. I'll just cut right to the chase. This is what we have cancel culture, and everything is getting canceled now. Every single thing in our lives is being scrutinized, it's being looked at, and it's being canceled. Everything is being canceled. Now the master bedroom is going to be canceled. You can no longer call the master bedroom or the master bathroom the master anymore. Real estate as a whole is making the transition to calling it the primary bedroom and the primary bathroom. First issue that I have. What? My kids are... All right, everybody. Guys, I have like 10 minutes left on my podcast, please. The first thing that I have a problem with is calling it primary. The primary bathroom to me is the common bathroom. I only have one bathroom in my house, but if I had two bathrooms, you would say, hey, can I use the bathroom? I would say something like, yeah, use the primary bathroom, not the ensuite bathroom, because that wouldn't be the primary bathroom. Primary means that's the one that everybody's using. It's the primary bathroom. And the primary bedroom doesn't make sense either, because that's not the bedroom that everybody's using. I don't have a problem at all with it being called the master bedroom or the master bathroom. In fact, the master bedroom has nothing to do with slavery whatsoever, and it has all to do with, back in the day, typically a man who owned the house owner, master of the land there, his bedroom was called the master bedroom. Not because he was a slave. It was also called master bedrooms up here in the north where typically there were no slaves. It was just a term for a bedroom for the guy that owned the house. I am the master of my house. Therefore, I stay in the master bedroom. And someday, when this podcast makes it huge and I master this podcast game and I make loot, I will have a bigger master bedroom with a master bathroom that nobody can use. And certainly not be able to use it for more than 1 minute, use up all my toilet paper, and drop a bomb in my bathroom. I just think it's a huge problem that we're starting to see now, because it's going to go away. So if you call your bedroom the master bedroom, you are now racist. Yes, I do. I stay in the master basement. The only thing I master is masturbate, bro. I can't even call it masturbate anymore. I'm going to primary bait. So when we get done with the podcast, I'm going to primary bait. What else could we call it? So you can't call it masturbate anymore. You can't call it owner bait. So I primary bait all the time. God forbid you say master. So the term master in general is going to go away. You know how you have the Masters for golf? I bet you that goes away. You won't be calling it the Masters anymore, when that term just means the best. If you master something, you are the best. You guys remember The Last Dragon? Leroy. Who's the master? I am, right? Shogun? Shogun. But then Leroy realizes that he's the master once he starts believing in himself. We're going to start losing words like that one last moment for the master. Masters of the universe. He-Man. All that stuff's going to go away. But it's rooted wrongly. Master was not created because you were the master of your slaves. Master was created as a landowner. You are the master of the land that you own. And yes, it was typically male back then. But if a female owned it, she was the master of the land, of the property. Therefore, your bedroom was called the master bedroom. And if you had a bathroom off your bedroom, it was called the master bathroom. Yeah, primaries of the universe. It's disgusting. Which leads me, oh my God, which leads me to the next topic. Do we have time for this? Okay, so we're on, cancel culture is just getting rid of everything. Now, the next thing that's starting to come back up, this debate on paying reparations. This debate on whether the United States government should hand out, one guy's asking for $15 billion to give to African Americans as reparations to what happened to them. I don't want to debate what happened to the African Americans in this country, because bad stuff happened. Slavery was awful. We can all agree. And the fact that there was segregation was terrible. And the fact that in the 50s and in the 60s or whenever an African American gets treated badly just because they're black, it's terrible. But I have a problem with paying reparations, and my problem has nothing to do with whether or not slavery was bad. I wasn't here, and my family wasn't here. My dad moved to the United States in the 1950s, and he was 16 years old. My family never owned any slaves. My family had nothing to do, nothing, let me reiterate, my family had nothing to do what happened to black people in this country. Nothing. And I don't think that it's fair that hardworking Americans like myself, like my brothers, and like my family, my soon-to-be kids, should have to pay, the kids I have, and so whatever, my kids, should have to pay reparations for something we had nothing to do with. My family's from Italy. My dad was born in Italy, and his family, they all came over together in the 1950s. So there, that side of the family had nothing to do with the awful things that happened. Nothing. Nada. Not a fucking thing. Nothing. I'm not paying a dime towards something like that because I had nothing to do with it, and my family's lineage had nothing to do with it. Now, let's go take my mom's side of the family. My mom's side of the family definitely had nothing to do with it. My mom's Native American. If anything, I should be begging for reparations. You know what? Maybe I should get reparations. Maybe I'll go get an Indian name. I'll go ask my mom, say, hey, Mom, what tribe were we part of? All right, great. Let me find Uncle Chucky. Is he still living on the reservation? Good. I'll go bomb up with him. I'll go get myself Little fucking Peckadick will be my Indian name. And then I'll get reparations. Again, I'm not looking for money. What happened, happened. 40 million Native Americans got wiped out. So my family has nothing to do with what's happening or what happened to African Americans ever. And I find it offensive that you guys think that you could just look at someone who's white and be like, oh, you're white, you're racist, and you need to give me money and you need to pay reparations. Well, let me tell you this and let me be clear, and this will probably be the last podcast because I'll get canceled. No money from me will ever go to an African American for reparations because I did nothing wrong. And I will sue you, and I will sue the United States government if they come after my money. I did nothing. My family did nothing. My family is from Italy, and the other side of my family is Native American. You could go back, you could go do the gene family tree thing, and you will see that no one in my family has ever owned a slave or ever done anything wrong to an African American other than respect them and treat them equally. If this gets to the point to where we're giving money, where I'm working and you are paying reparations to a race of people that I didn't do anything to, I will surely sue your ass. And it's got nothing to do with race and everything to do with being fair. My family was not here. My family had nothing to do with it. They did not own slaves. They migrated here. And as a matter of fact, when they came here, they got treated like crap. My mom's side of the family got killed off 40 million. My dad's side of the family, they got called womps. They got worked less than minimum wage. They were worked like bums, hardly making a dime to survive. And they worked hard so that I could have a better living. None of that has anything to do with African Americans or slavery. I am not racist. Just because I'm white does not make me racist. Just because I'm white doesn't mean my family owned slaves. And just because I'm white doesn't mean that my hard-earned money will go to you because you were born black. Sorry. And if that means no one will listen to my podcast and they're going to label me a racist, so be it, because I know I'm not. Drives me absolutely bonkers to think that I should be sorry for something that I had nothing to do with. And I'll tell you this, if I was on the radio right now, like on real radio, and I said this, I'd be fired on the spot. But I would say it. And I would say it anyways, and I don't care if I got fired. You guys can absolutely bounce me, cancel my podcast. You can fucking cancel me if you want. I had nothing to do with it. Period. Done. All right. Time checking it. I think that pretty much does it. I got to take my son home. I just wanted to make that clear. I honestly get pretty fired up and I get pretty upset about things. Listen, what happened to the Jewish people? Right? They were slaves for 400 years in Egypt. Bud, please, don't. Just can you go back? For 400 years, the Jewish people were slaves in Egypt. And then after that, many years later, the Germans or the Nazis, just what they did to the Jewish people is, I mean, bro, they wiped them out. They wiped out millions of them. It was disgusting. Same for what happened to anybody that was enslaved, whether they are black or not. But here in the United States, it was just unbelievable to think that people would be treated like a cow or like a horse, just a tool. They were they were brutally murdered. A lot of them, they were beat, forced to work. I mean, they were slaves. It was disgusting. And I'm not saying that was right at all. That we need to be clear on this. I'm against it. Everybody's against it, but I think you guys get where I'm saying. I want equal rights for all. I want this country to come together. But the only way this country is going to come together, the only way we're going to get through this is if we actually come together. If we actually recognize it. All right. Yes. African Americans in this country, I just like to call them Americans, have been treated poorly since the beginning of the country, okay? They really have been. Since the country started, they've been treated bad. Disgustingly. But the Native Americans as well. And when the Irish came here, they got treated like crap. and they were forced to do indentured servitude. And when the Italians got here, they were treated like crap, and they also did indentured servitude. And now the Latinos are here; they're forced to not be American. Well, it's not that they're forced; they have to sneak in here, and they have to do the jobs that nobody wants to do, and they get treated like dirt, and they get treated like third-class citizens and like crap right now. Yes, every single race and creed at some point has been treated poorly. And if we can all just come together and move past all the bad things and understand that the people that are alive now, there's only a few. It's less than a majority. I mean, it's just a few people that are dirt bags and that they're racist. Most of us are good people. Most of us weren't alive. I mean, most of us, none of us were alive. Most of us haven't committed any racist crimes or acts. Most of us don't commit hate crimes. We accept gays, lesbians, transgenders. Most of us have no problem with any of that. We just want to be equal just like you. But we can't be equal with you if you don't see yourself as equal. We can't be. If you too, Native Americans, African Americans, gays, if you guys all want to hand up because you think you need to get one up on the white guy, then we're never going to be equal. We all need a fair playing field. It's almost impossible. I can't even walk down the street without someone calling me a racist now because I'm white and I'm bald. Everywhere I go, oh, that guy's a racist. I don't have a racist bone in my body, and my family had nothing to do with slavery. Nothing. It's a shame. It's too bad. We need to bring the country together. I want to stand. Listen, man, I stand hand in hand with Native Americans and with African Americans and Italian Americans and Irish Americans and Lebanese Americans and Middle Eastern Americans and I don't know, Mexican Americans. I stand right with you. As an American, you're an American, I'm an American, one nation, one people, united and equal. All of us. And if you guys go after this money, what's next? Maybe I'll go after some money. Honestly, you want the Native Americans are going to want more than casinos. The Jewish people are going to be looking for money. Everybody is. It's just getting foolish right now. We need to come together. All right. Enough pontificating on that. I will tell you this. I'm not kidding. If the United States of America decides to give reparations, I will sue. I'm not. I mean, they can give their own money as long as it doesn't come out of my pocket. Let me be more specific about this. As long as it doesn't come out of my pocket or anybody in my family, all right, whatever. But if I'm directly affected by it and I actually lose money, like I have to personally pay reparations, I will sue because I did nothing. I did nothing wrong. Absolutely nothing. And neither did my family. And I'll defend my family's honor. I will not let the United States sully the Pazziali name by putting me under a blanket where there were some bad people that did bad things. My family's not bad. We're good people. We do good things. We work hard. And we deserve every dime we got. And we shouldn't have to give it to other people, especially when we had nothing to do with it. All right. Guys, thank you so much for joining me for Spazzing Out. I do love this country. It's a great country, and this podcast is all about what's great in this country, and I hope you will continue to listen to this podcast. I support everything that's American. Thank you so much for listening to Spazzing Out. All right, peeps. Guys, I appreciate it. I am easy with the terms, Sully. Well, is there some? I couldn't read it. Please, guys, no racist comments on here if that's what we're laughing at. Oh no, all right, there's a laugh thing. There's a laugh joke. Nobody said anything racist. I just want to be clear on that, guys. I don't support anything racist, but I also don't support being taken advantage of. That's just the point that I'm trying to get at. I shouldn't have to be penalized for something I didn't do and my family had nothing to do with. That's all. That's super un-American. It's the most un-American thing I've ever heard. Yeah, Sully, I got it. It's okay to be racist to an Irish guy. If you're even there, I just profiled you. You might not even be Irish. So, all right, guys, I'm going to scoot. I got to take my son home. I got to get my daughter ready. Kaylee's not home yet. Hopefully tomorrow I will get home early enough and do a little research and we can have a good damn podcast. And we'll have TikTok back. So, thanks, guys. I appreciate it. Good night.